visions in their head.
That's right. We have Mae West. We dug her up and put her on the air.
Lovely. Lovely.
Well, people actually give you grief for that?
They don't give me, no, they'll just hear me reading somewhere and they're like, oh, all right, Mae West. And I'm like, really? Do I sound like Mae West?
Wow, okay.
It's that sultry voice of mine, or I don't know.
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with a little sultry. I'm going to swing right on into this. Janet Kuypers is a writer and photographer who runs Scars Publication, which hosts 2 literary magazines as well as publishes books and CDs. She has had 43 books published, including poetry, prose, and art collection books. Her writing has been published over 9,000 times, and her artwork has been published over 17,000 times. She has performed in 3 acoustic bands doing concerts in Chicago as well as Fairbanks, Alaska.
Can you believe that? We happened to be in Alaska. They were doing this open mic thing, and we played for a set of 8 songs. And I said, "Hey, we're going to be here for a week. Would you let us be able to pull off doing this show on a Friday night?" So we borrowed somebody's guitar and we played 18 songs and did instrumentals. It was great.
Fantastic. All right, and including on top of that, she has worked with 7 music groups, combining her poetry with music as performance art, and it's available at places like iTunes and on Napster. Also, speaking of performance art and broadcasting, she ran the now on a temporary hiatus internet radio show, Chaotic Radio. Tell us about that.
WLUW.org had a setup where I ran a weekly hour-long show. And they've just recently changed it, and it was a Chicago spin on stuff. It would have live performances from things in the past as well as performance art clips. And it always ended at the ending with a poetry reading, where I actually sat with some sort of music in the background and was reading poetry from a book. The funny thing was, people said that was the coolest part of the show, was having people read poems. But they just recently reformatted the show, so it was much more it better be jazz or blues or something. And I'm like, I don't know if I've got enough music to be able to do that. So they're like, well, you're on hold until you come up with something. Wow. So I have to see if I can find the music to pull it off, but we'll see.
Cool. Let's talk a little bit about Scars. Now there's Scars Internet Radio, which is
off of Scars Publications. Okay. Yeah, it's always running. And it takes those clips from other locations, all those things that you heard clips from on bzoo.org, which actually, if you wanted to know about the past radio shows, you can go to chaoticarts.org if you're interested in hearing clips from that. But Scars Internet Radio is a thing that you can go to. If you go to Scars.tv, there is a link directly there for being able to listen to things for live radio of all that poetry, performance art, occasional music kind of thing.
Right. And then there's a JanetKuypers.com.
Which just more and more. Okay. That is a lot of stuff that is just me, which is a lot of, you'll find a lot of my stuff on Scars.tv since I am running the literary magazines through Scars Publications. But if you want to know stuff about me specifically and you want to find work of mine, it's easy to go to JanetKuypers.com, and then you can say, oh, what was it? The front page says, oh, listen to everything through your senses. Do you want to hear music and stuff? Go here. Do you want to see performance art? Go here. Do you want, and there's a bunch of choices of places to go. So, a lot of options.
Cool. I just think, but you are actually the most, in terms of marketing, we were talking about this in the green room, you are out there. You're the only poet, of course I probably get flack for this, but I mean, you're the only one I know who, actually, you have a zillion clips on YouTube. I found you, I've known you for, I've seen you in and about, particularly places like the cafe that Charlie Newman runs, and last year we saw you at Kathleen Schandelmeyer's Beach Poets thing, but we were talking, I was trying to do a mix with a Janet Jackson clip.
On Rhapsody?
On Rhapsody, it was Urge back then, and I'm going through Janet Jackson clips, and right under there, it's Janet Kuypers. And then there's like, you're on iTunes. Like, go ahead. You're the only poet I know on the scene that has
I've got a marketing agent group that's like, all right, give us your CDs and stuff. So I was like, well, while I'm at it, I might as well take things that are highlights from Chaotic Radio, or if I've got audiobooks on CD, and each of those are individual tracks with different background music. A lot of it is poetry readings. Mm-hmm. Some of it is singing, and a lot of them are from past performance art shows as well. You said you saw me at a few performance art shows last year. I was lucky. I think I had like 7 features last year that I had recorded and marketed for things. I've only, I think, got think, 2 slated so far for this year, but,
okay.
but I'll try to be able to get those live things, and I'll try to also do like studio versions of those things and have them be released. So I might as well get them out so that more people can hear them and see them. If you'd like to, and you can find out about them at ScarsOnTV or JanetKuypers.com as well, and you can get information right there for it. Free access by no wiser. But you can go check out those sites for all the information you need.
And that's Janet Kuypers, and that's Kuypers.
Kuypers. I don't know how many times I have to say that to doctors or whatever.
Exactly. Has to be spelled. Has to be spelled out. It ain't Smith or Jones.
Yep.
So anyway, let's take it from there.
Oh, he's Poison Meeting West poems.
Yes.
All right. I was trying to figure out I was trying to find pieces that I don't ever read anywhere else.
I'm glad you did that.
Oh,
I'm glad you dig into the crates.
Ever so. And this one was voted as the coolest one. So this is the first one. It's called Chicago West Side. She knew who they were coming for. She crouched in front of the window, straddling her chair as she moved from the corner. Her coffee sat on the windowsill, the condensation rising, beating on the window right about her eye level. She took the side of her index finger periodically and smeared some of the water away to look into the streets. The snow was no longer falling on the west side of Chicago. It just packed itself darker and deeper into the ground with every car that drove over it. Her gunshot was ringing in her ears still. It was so loud. The earth cried when she pulled the trigger, let out a loud, violent scream. She could still hear it. For these few moments, she had to just stare out the window and wait. She didn't know if she should bother running, if it mattered or not. She couldn't think. All she knew was that this time, when she heard the sirens coming from the streets, she'd know why they were coming. She'd know who they were coming for.